Go walk.
Let the old people go first.
You get behind me, man. I'm starting the show.
Go on in there. Well, they got food, but you just don't get food like that when you're doing your job. Are they too comfortable? Something's not right there to me.
Well,
when you get food like that.
Break it down for me. Were you a flyer going down, or were you like a R?
Yeah, I was on the right side of the line.
Oh, right side. Okay.
Yeah.
So now
I went fast enough to put all the cornerbacks. He ran all the way out of bounds. They jumped on that joker while he was out of bounds, mugging him on our sideline. Got up, ran out of bounds, got back in, and then the other joker came over and blindsided. And we all seen it, right? Nothing we can do. He come back to the huddle. Who my backup is?
He wants to sell himself.
But we're live right here at Potawatomi Casino and Hotel. There are our new sponsors. We'll be doing our show here for the rest of the year. Big shout out to Torzala Brewing.
Refreshing after a win or after a loss?
Look at you. Say it again.
Welcome to the Elite 36 podcast, and today we got a special guest, and it's not Gary. Trust me, it's not Gary. I didn't know this next young man went to Georgetown Law. He went to a college that's named after toothpaste. Can you guess it? Colgate. And that's one of the hardest schools to get into, by the way.
Right.
Mark Murphy.
Yeah.
How's it going, Mark?
I know. I have to disagree with Young. 70 years old. I don't feel so young.
You're a young man.
Well, it's great to be here. I've heard good things about the podcast.
That's a drop.
Yeah.
And of course, we got my co-host, Gary Ellerson.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't like these topics, blame Gary.
Yes.
He's in charge of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And we got, is that Jake or Jeff? I don't know.
That's Jake.
It's Jake.
Yeah. Jake is here.
Because he's been missing.
Yeah. Jake Palyubicki from Torzala Brewing Company is.
Did he say it right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Palyubicki.
Every time Gary calls me, Palyubicki!
Palyubicki. I don't call him Jake.
Yeah.
With a name like Palyubicki, I'm sure you're not married, right?
Well, you know I'm married.
Just can you go along with the content, man?
Right.
Well, you know I'm married to Renee Martinez.
Right.
Hey, I don't want no smoke. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Mark,
She didn't take Palyubicki?
No, she wasn't.
shout out to her. Shout out to her. Two things can be true. You can be happily married and not take his name.
We actually just celebrated our anniversary on Saturday.
Hey,
we went up.
Congratulations.
We went up and saw the Black Crows up at
very
Lambeau
nice.
Field.
Oh.
It's one of Renee's favorite songs that that band plays. So on our anniversary, she got to hear the song she loves. So thank you, Green Bay Packers. For
How
that.
many years?
Right.
So it's 11 married, but we've been together
count them
20
years,
years about.
20 years? That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Never do the
we made a
rest.
run at it.
Yeah, that's pretty
Don't
good.
ever do math on camera.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
It's really 23.
No.
Oh, no.
And some months. She's got, they throw the months in there, Leroy.
But you're a real bird, you know that?
Yeah.
Just say how.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, how?
Yeah.
You took your wife on your anniversary to something that was free.
Yeah.
Well,
Smart man.
hey,
Yeah.
You can
Come
get
on.
anything
What's
on
wrong?
it.
I've been on the Leap 36 podcast for 2 years now. I picked up on some things.
Nobody gets paid.
Man, the women comment.
Right?
Women in the comments.
We on
get
scholarship here.
We're on scholarship here. Nobody gets paid.
Those
Got some beer
concerts
for you.
at Titletown are pretty special.
Hey, that was-
really, it's great.
We were thoroughly
Yes.
impressed. We told everybody about it. Like, if there's a show you want to see, go see it. It was really approachable. It was so much fun. I mean, there was families there, everything. So, great time.
Awesome.
Well, good. You're a smart man.
Yeah.
And the weather was perfect,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
How do
That's
you
the one
guys
thing
do?
you do worry about.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you guys do that, Mark? Does that go through you guys? Do you guys organize that? How does that work?
Yeah, no, it's Packers. Yeah, Gabrielle Dow oversees it, and we try to have one major concert. It's kind of the kickoff concert.
Yep.
you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then we've had other concerts in the stadium. Yeah.
Right. Right.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, Paul
Gabrielle's
McCartney
amazing.
and some of the others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
Yeah.
Now, normally we would
It's great.
start.
It's great for the community.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right in your backyard if you live.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Normally we would get into the interview, But this last game, Mark triggered me. The one team that I got on these guys, I do not like Detroit. So we got to talk about the game because this is happy as I've been in a long time.
I was to be quite honest, I know Matt said this. Yes. I was really surprised how many Lions fans were there.
Come on.
Yeah.
But the great thing was they were not a factor at all.
Zero.
But you know what? They never left.
No.
They stayed the whole 4 quarters.
Yes.
I don't know if they were shocked or stunned or punch drunk or whatever.
Yeah.
But they never left. They stayed the 4 quarters.
I know.
Which is amazing.
No.
I wish, since you brought it up.
A lot of the Lions fans, they're fair weather, right? I mean,
well,
2 years they've been good.
Yeah. Right.
I haven't seen them 4 years ago. I haven't seen them.
And
Gary gets a pension from them, so give him some space.
Yeah, I did play for the Lions, and the only action when I played for the Lions were the people in the stands fighting each other. That was the game to come and see back then. But
I tell you though, I mean, that's impressive. You think the Lions were 15-2 last year? They were,
no question.
Yeah, I mean, and to beat them the way we did, that was very impressive. I thought. Great win.
Yeah, I was excited.
Yeah.
The whole energy
and the crowd was great.
Absolutely.
It's funny, no longer being president, I watched the game very
differently,
just a whole different perspective.
Where did you watch the game at?
I have a suite, so I watched it.
They took that suite. They still got it.
I watched it with two of my oldest 2 daughters and their families and friends, and it was a great evening.
You and your wife have been an amazing host for the last 14 years? How long? 17.
Almost 18. Yeah.
Almost 18 years.
Yeah. No, my wife Lori's tremendous. She's done so much in the community.
There's the better half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah. No, she's in so many different charitable organizations, and the Jazz House for kids who have aged out of the foster care system. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had we had a couple foster care children and saw the need.
That's right.
Who at 18 is ready to live on their own?
Right.
Yes. I know I wasn't. I wasn't.
No, I wasn't.
I'm glad I went to college.
I was in college.
I was in college. Absolutely.
I didn't
even though Colgate's a good school. There's a lot of knuckleheads.
Yeah. Okay, there can be. Everywhere.
That's amazing.
Mark, a lot of people, and Leroy is triggered about Detroit, but you know what? A lot of people don't talk about you as if you played in the NFL. I think you got a whole nother career over here, but I think a lot of people forget that you played and was very successful.
No, they think he's the ball head Mark Murphy.
Well, the people here do, but not in Washington, they don't.
Play with no.
You grew hair.
Yeah.
Get your hair to grow.
You still got it.
Right. So how did that come?
You're right. I've had a lot of fans say, I didn't know you played in the NFL. Mm-hmm. But it was quite a while ago.
Right, but wasn't drafted out of Colgate, right?
I was undrafted. Yeah.
Right. And so how did that process, because that was free agency then, was it still free agency then? Was it 12 rounds then? What was it?
The draft was 12 rounds.
12 rounds.
That's how bad I was. I couldn't even get drafted in 12 rounds. No, you hadn't heard my draft day story?
No, please.
Give us your draft day story.
All right, well, I don't want to bore all your...
No, because we all have one. I have one as well, but go ahead.
This one's hard top. I'm alone. Right. So, 1977, draft is held over 2 days, 6 rounds each day, 12 rounds. And very first day of the draft, and I thought I was get drafted, but I wasn't sure. Back then, there wasn't all the media coverage.
Right.
Yes.
But Colgate, we were really good. There wasn't 1A and 1AA. Our biggest rival was Rutgers.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and we played
which is
Navy
in the Big Ten now.
Yeah. And so we, it was, played at a high level and had a lot of success as a team. And so the very first day of the draft, I get a call from George Allen, head coach of the Washington Redskins, and he says, "Mark, we're going to draft you. We're going to fly you down." And I mean, I was in heaven. It's like the Washington Redskins and George Allen. So
you stayed on the East Coast.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and I was in Hamilton, so I drove up to Syracuse. Kept listening, thinking of when I might get drafted. So I wasn't drafted the first day, But they got me on an airplane and flew down to Washington, D.C. That second morning, I got up late. I couldn't sleep. I got up at like 6. I was like so excited.
Yeah.
So we get into Washington, and they put me in a car, and we flew into Dulles Airport, which is pretty far out in Virginia, close to where the Redskins facility was. And they took me into Washington, D.C., like 45 minutes away, and I'd never been to Washington, D.C. It was great. So I got to see the Washington Monument and the Capitol, and they kept driving around.
Right.
Finally, they took me to lunch in downtown Washington, D.C., and they didn't have cell phones then, so the person that was driving the car kept stopping and going to a phone booth. And I was kind of wondering, what is that going on here?
What is that?
So finally, about 4 o'clock, pulled me into the Redskins facility. So I get out, go up into George Allen's office, and he says, "Mark, draft just ended. You weren't drafted. Here's a contract. Why don't you take a minute and read through it and sign it?" And then he turns to his assistant and he says, if Mark doesn't sign that contract, let's get that safety from Oklahoma we like so much.
So you're signing. Yeah.
So I called back to my apartment, and my girlfriend, who's my wife now, said, what are you doing? I said, what do you mean? I've been trying to get in touch with you all day. And none of the Redskins wouldn't let anybody get through to me. Nobody could call.
Right. Yeah.
So they basically hid me out. And
did she ask you, did you have a signing bonus?
I did get a signing bonus. $2,500.
Whoa, that was big. That's a we getting married now. Let's get married.
Hey, 2-year deal, 21,000, 26,000. I had a lot of leverage.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
It's funny because there were some other teams that were calling, trying to get in touch with me.
Right.
But all the other teams wanted to move me from safety to linebacker.
Oh, because he's 6'4".
My size. There was a guy who played in the league, Brad Van Pelt, long career.
Yes.
He was a safety in college and switched to linebacker, and it was great for the Giants.
Van Pelt, did he play for the Giants?
Yeah. He was a great player.
Yeah, he was a really great player. Yeah.
But I felt much more comfortable staying at safety.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
And
although I didn't like what George Allen did to me, he was a brilliant defensive coach. And even though I was only played for George for 1 year, I learned so much, and was really helpful to me for the rest of my career.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy your time?
I loved my time with the Redskins.
Yeah.
Probably looking back on it, actually, the next head coach was Jack Pardee, who was a great player, great coach.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, I really loved my secondary coach, a man named Richie Pettibone.
Pettibone, yes.
Great player. Kind of like me, like a big, slow white guy. So he could relate to me.
Right. But knew where everybody was supposed to be.
Yes.
And I look back. The best thing that happened to me was about halfway through my career. The Redskins hired Joe Gibbs.
Yes.
And suddenly, I shouldn't say suddenly. People forget this. Joe Gibbs' first year, 1981. The Redskins started out 0-5, and but we were in every game. It was close. We ended up going 8-3 to end the season, and then won the Super Bowl the next year.
Wow!
And the '82 season was the strike year.
That's a big turnaround.
That was a really challenging time for me because I was Redskins player rep, and I was vice president of the union, and I was actively involved in all the negotiations and Great experience, but it was, that was just kind of a whirlwind. We played 2 games, and then we went on strike for 57 days.
Right.
And then you ended up, because the owners kept saying, we're going to cancel the season. We're going to cancel the season.
Right.
But they ended up salvaging the season. We had 9 games total, and we ended up being the number 1 seed. And then that was the first time ever, I think 16 teams made it into the playoffs. They called it the Super Bowl tournament. So we had 3 straight home games, and then ended up going to Pasadena and beating Miami in the Super Bowl.
Well, being a player rep is tough because I remember James Lofton was our player rep. When I was in Green Bay, and I can remember. For some strange reason, all of a sudden, white coats came into our locker room. And they want to do a urinalysis test.
Yes.
Middle of the season.
Randomly.
Just random. And Forrest, everybody's going in. We're going in the back room where everybody's peeing. And then James goes, no, we're not. I got nothing. No one told me anything. Nobody's moving. So And Forrest never came into the locker room. This is one of the few times that he actually then had to come in the locker room and says, yeah, we're peeing. And James says, no, we're not. I haven't heard. And it ended with, James, come to my office. And so we just sitting there, just waiting to see the verdict.
Yeah.
So James then come back down to the locker room, goes, we're not peeing until I hear otherwise. So if they want to go to practice, we'll go to practice.
Yeah.
But we're not. So that's a tough thing to navigate. Yeah. Well, back then. It's different now.
Were you guys playing in 87 or that was before you?
That was, yes, we were. Yes.
Okay. Because in 87, I was working at the NFLPA.
Yes.
And I remember I went up to Green Bay and did a team visit and getting through, because remember there was the lockout in 87.
Yes.
But anyway, I remember working with James.
Yeah. Well, that was a tough dynamic to be the rep, and then to try to hold everybody accountable, and then you're responsible to all the players.
Yeah. And back then, especially in '82, if you were the player rep, you were viewed as a radical.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
That's what he was.
You were a troublemaker.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
Or try to get the rookies to join.
I'll tell you the story. So the owner of the Redskins was a man named Jack Hancock, wealthy man.
Yeah.
So they used to have a welcome home luncheon. So after training camp, we'd come back from Carlisle, and so everybody was kind of focused on, there could be a strike here. And so at the luncheon, Jack Hancock goes, Mark Murphy is a fine young man, but I do not want him as my partner. So we're all whoa. But I mean, it's. And so I give Ed Garvey and Gene Upshaw credit.
Yeah.
So that the rallying cry was percentage of the gross.
Yes.
We wanted a percentage of the revenue. And it's funny now we have it and we all celebrate it.
Exactly.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah, absolutely.
The CBA is hard, especially when you think about the guys who played before you, but you guys really laid the groundwork. But
to be where they are now.
The only thing I don't like about you, Mark. Y'all beat my Cowboys growing up. I'm a huge Cowboy fan. I
got to tell you. So 1982. And that was a huge rivalry. RFK was a phenomenal, unbelievable atmosphere. Great stadium.
Yeah.
By the way, whatever they have now, I don't know what the name.
I don't know. Whatever they're doing.
The worst.
Yeah.
FedEx Field. It's just just the worst.
They need
to
blow it up.
So in 1982, we're the number one seed. So we win our second playoff game, and we know that we're going to host the Cowboys.
Yes.
And so I think we beat the Lions in the second round of the playoffs. I'll never forget looking up in the stands, and all of our fans started chanting, "We want Dallas." The bleachers there, because it was an old baseball stadium.
Yes.
And the bleachers are going up and down.
Because they were pushed in.
We want Dallas.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then next week we play Dallas, and before the game, our fans start chanting, "We want Dallas" again. Wow. And I looked at that and I thought, there's no way we're losing.
Right.
Was it called the NFC East back then? Or was it?
5 teams in each.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, East Division. Yeah, because we had Tampa at one point.
Yes.
And
was
the Central? Yeah, it was the Central. I don't know how they had Tampa.
Couldn't call it North.
Yeah. No, that was the Central.
Yeah. Now but the Redskins Cowboys, that's one of the rivalries.
That was it.
Yeah.
I mean, just one of the biggest things.
Well, you're too young but like Roger Staubach, what a phenomenal player. Yeah.
Roger, that's the GOAT to me.
Right.
What? Yeah.
I knew in 2020 I was the first-time finalist. I was first-time finalist of Hall of Fame. I kind of knew I wasn't getting in, but I saw the GOAT getting out of a car. Sometimes
Staubach, he's talking about it.
Sometimes, my hero was Drew Pearson.
Yeah.
That was my hero. But sometimes when you meet guys, it can go bad. They're not real nice.
Oh, Roger's great. No.
I go up to him. I said, "Mr. Staubach," he said, "Hey, Leroy, congratulations on being a finalist. I just melted. Like,
Right.
I thought God was talking to me.
He's a good dude.
But he was so nice.
Yeah.
He was just the nicest guy, and it meant a lot to me. And I told my wife, Gary, I don't care if I get in.
No, you did say that. Yeah.
I just met.
Them all good.
You never think you'll see people you root for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, he was getting out of the car. He could have easily said, nah, get away from me.
Yeah.
But he was very nice.
Yeah. Oh, no.
So you basically go from that to being president. It was...
Well, there were a
How
few
was
years
that
in between.
yeah, but how was that transition, though? You go from that to that.
Well,
That's
So
a
that's
big
not, that I'm a union leader or union and then on management the other side.
So you was training.
But there
going
were
to
probably over 20 years in between. So I was a lawyer for the Justice Department for about 5 years. And then I was the athletic director at Colgate for 12.
Yes.
And then athletic director at Northwestern for 5 years.
talk about Northwestern real quick, because that was the transition, obviously, from Northwestern to here.
Yes.
You were there for how long?
5 football seasons.
5 football seasons. And then did you have interest all along that you knew that you wanted to be where you are at this point?
No. I was very happy as a college athletic director. Loved it at Northwestern.
Yes.
I loved Colgate too, but it's kind of at Colgate. I was
You've been there
almost
forever.
12 years. I think I felt like I accomplished as much as I was able to do, and it was exciting to go to a higher level. The Big Ten, when they actually had 10 teams, not 18 or whatever.
Hey, we got to make the money now, Mark. I don't care what they talk about. Everybody's got to make money now. We got to pay for the kids. Jesus.
But in Northwestern, I wasn't looking to leave, but when the opportunity, and I give a man named Jed Hughes, he handled the search for the Packers.
Yes.
Well, of course, I think if John Jones was all set to become the president, and then he had health issues.
Yes.
So then they opened it up, and Jed was running the search, and he and I had gotten to know each other over the years. He was a coach in the NFL. Coached for the Vikings, and kind of the same time that I was playing with the Redskins, so had a lot of common interests, and so we had a lot in common. And he called me up and said, I'm doing a search for the Packers. Would you be interested? And I was like, well, of course. It's the Green Bay Packers,
right?
Thinking, it's a long shot, but as I think what really helped me, and this is kind of the irony, is I think my involvement with the union was very valuable because the league was heading into a situation where it was likely going to have negotiations, I think, coming up to the end of a collective bargaining agreement. So I think that my experience So I think that my experience was a real benefit. But so it wasn't like I went from the union.
Right.
Basically, I was in management as an AD for.
So did they call you, or did you reach out to the Packers?
No, Jed Hughes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you trying to be president one day?
No, I'm good. Mark's wearing way.
Well, I'm going to be governor.
Right.
I'm definitely going to be governor.
Yeah. And then of course, we speaking through this, but Mark, when you got here, there was a lot going on. I mean, you had
it wasn't
Brett Favre, you had Rod. I mean, you didn't just land softly.
Well, you're right. Well, I'll tell you. So I started at the end. I ended up starting right at the end of the 2007 season.
Right.
Yes.
And the Packers are hosting the NFC Championship game, and I'm thinking,
the Giants.
We're going to go to the Super Bowl. My first weeks on the job.
Right. It's amazing. God is good.
Right.
But obviously, about a month later, Favre announces his retirement.
Yes.
So right away, I'm thinking, all right, well, let's set up. We're going to retire his number. Let's celebrate him, and we install Aaron Rodgers as the starting quarterback.
But he wants to come back.
Then, about June, it was right before we were about to go on the tailgate tour.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. We get a call from Favre, and he says, I got an itch. And I think there's some ointments we can get.
No way.
What do you mean? He goes, I'm itching to play.
Yeah, the calamine on everything.
Lotion, just calamine on it.
So, and obviously, we end up trading him to the Jets, and
but he flew. He flew back in town.
Yes,
because I think I was up here. I thought I saw him up in the skybox. Yeah, he was up in the. He was in Lambeau
for the shareholder meeting.
Yes.
So
he was in Lambeau.
They knew that would put a lot. I think what they wanted to pressure us into just releasing it. And our thought was, well, there's still value. And
right.
I think we ended up getting a pretty good draft pick.
You did.
Yeah.
Right.
But Mike,
and of course, we thought Aaron Rodgers was good, but you never know.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah. But when Mike said the train has left the station, that's a T-shirt. Whoa. The train has left the station.
Yeah, I remember.
And to boot, the interception at home, you're thinking, so Ted got to do something, and he's put in a tough spot.
Right.
And then the Jets thing happened pretty quickly, and then now you give Aaron the keys to the franchise. You can't take them back. It's like a 16-year-old.
No.
You can go drive. Wait. Give me the keys back. Get out of my dead cold hands.
Right. Yeah.
But
it really split our fan base. Well,
it did. It split the fan base.
Sure did.
I'd say a majority of the fans, look at all he's done for the organization. Bring him back.
Yeah.
Let him compete with Aaron.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think. I look back on it. I think that was a challenging time, but it really forced the three of us to work very closely together.
Yeah.
And also Russ Ball, but Ted, Mike,
Russ
and
Ball.
I, and we were all on the same page.
Russ
Ball's kind of
love Russ Ball.
We don't talk about Russ Ball enough. We're going to get to our Russ Ball story, but
well, I'm a big Russ Ball fan.
Love Russ Ball.
Yeah, me too.
But getting back to that, because there was much made of Mark the hierarchy.
Yeah.
Now.
Traditional.
And we
the GM.
Okay, we got a podcast. We love what we do.
Yeah, but we have a radio show.
We're not really in the media. Blah blah blah. But all the media people like, what's Mark think he's doing? Why is he?
Can y'all let this man do what he wants
to do? It's different than what we've seen.
Than they've had. Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Change is hard.
Yes. So when your thought of the hierarchy came into play, what was your thinking?
Well, that was when the change was made.
Yeah.
And my thought was, Brian Gutekunst is a relatively Goody who's done phenomenal job.
Yes.
But a relatively young general manager. Yeah. So to take off, and quite honestly, I'd supervised and worked with coaches for a long time. Not only football coaches, but all different kinds of head coaches for many years. So it wasn't an ego play. I just thought it was better for the organization, so that Brian could really focus on
football operations,
football, and the draft, and making personnel moves. And it's been in place since we hired Matt now. I think Matt's going into his 7th year. It's hard to believe.
I believe it's been that long. Yeah.
That's what
we have won the Super Bowl.
And going back, there was some fallout for that because